Elul teaching for today is about the word teshuvah and the concept, the underpinnings of that word teshuvah. We tend to translate teshuvah as repentance, but it really comes from the Hebrew word to turn around. It's also the Hebrew word for answer, and maybe the answer is found in the turning around. You would think that the High Holy Days would be about charting a new course, heading in a new direction, but actually not. The concept of teshuvah is not about starting something new, but returning to something old, returning to something prior. And it reminded me, that concept, it reminds me of this very simple but very profound little midrash, this little Jewish folktale. It's about a young man who was traveling by foot from Jerusalem to the Galilee. And he comes to a crossroads in the middle of the wilderness, and the sign directing people with arrows to the right cities had fallen on the ground. So there was no way, standing at those crossroads, this traveler would know which direction he was supposed to take. He came up with a very simple and, as I said, profound idea. He knew where he had come from. Jerusalem was behind him, and so he picked up the sign, pointed the arrow that said Jerusalem behind him, and that showed him which road to take forward. This is actually a very deep concept that somehow we can move forward by turning around and remembering where we came from. And so my Elul challenge for today is to really, for each of us, to think about, where do we come from? Where do we really come from? What are the fundamental, important values we were raised with? The things we believed in that somehow have fallen by the wayside through neglect or cynicism or just plain foolishness. During the High Holy Days, we stand before the open ark and we say, Chadesh Yameinu Kekedim. We ask God to renew our days as of old. In other words, is there a way for the future to be, in the best sense, more like the past? We come from an ancient tradition. That's what's behind us in Jerusalem as we try to move forward into the world. It's a tradition that believes in prayer and in teshuvah and in tzedakah, in generosity. It's a faith that believes in treating others the way we want to be treated ourselves. It's a faith that believes in the importance of human decency and kindness and generosity and peace. And in a challenging world during a challenging time, it's our past that reminds us to be all of those worthy and ennobling things in the future. So this year, as the High Holy Days approach, let's all give some thought, not so much to charting a brand new way, as to remembering the best of the old way and committing ourselves to making that a part of our lives again. Tekiah!